Don't ruin your life. Don't have children if you can't be a good parent. This next series of advice items is mainly advice about raising children, also called parenting. The question you might ask is, why are you giving advice about raising children in a video series about ruining my life? Wouldn't parenting mistakes ruin the children's lives and not mine? The answer is because parenting mistakes can ruin both. Your parenting mistakes can warp your child's view of the world, how he or she thinks about and responds to people, relationships, right and wrong, etc., thus diminishing or even ruining your child's life. But anything bad that happens to your child, especially if you contributed to it, can, of course, negatively affect your own life for years, if not forever. To continue with the advice, don't have children if you can't be a good parent. This advice may seem obvious, but if you look around, it's apparently either not obvious or widely ignored. Here's a list of things that will tremendously increase the probability of successfully and happily raising children who are also successful and happy. These things must apply to both parents in the relationship. If they don't, you'll likely have trouble in your marriage and with your kids. Here they are. Both potential parents love children and want to be parents. Both potential parents will be happy whether the children are girls or boys. Both potential parents are patient and good-tempered. Neither potential parent has drug, alcohol, or psychological problems. The potential parents are not financially dependent on anyone else, including the government, to provide basic necessities such as food, clothing, and shelter. Both potential parents are willing to diligently teach children what is right and wrong and what is good and bad behavior. More on that later. Both potential parents agree that an adult or a mature and responsible teenager will always watch over the children until they can be safely left on their own. Both potential parents agree on questions of religious upbringing, if any, methods of discipline, and type of education. Some notes. I advised not having children if you're depending on the government to pay for their existence. If you already have children and find yourself needing financial assistance and have absolutely nowhere else to turn for help, no friends, parents, or lending institution, then of course you should do whatever is necessary to provide for your family, including applying for government assistance. But you shouldn't start a family or increase your family if it requires government support. There are many reasons not to do this, including a fundamental one, the golden rule. Government support forces complete strangers to pay for your family's food, shelter, clothing, etc. with their taxes. If a stranger forced you to pay for his family's needs, would you like it? If not, then you shouldn't do it either. Another note. There is, of course, no law that says you must have children if you're married. If you as a couple decide that having children is a bad idea for whatever reasons, including doubts about paying for their considerable cost, that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's always better to accept reality than to ignore it and be miserable, and to cause misery for others, especially the children. Keep in mind that there are many couples who either couldn't have children for biological reasons, or who deliberately decided not to have children, yet had long and happy marriages or committed relationships. This isn't an encouragement or a suggestion one way or the other. It's simply an observation.